What up, YouTube? Team Movies here with The World According to Jeff Goldblum premiering on Disney Plus on November 12th. I decided to go ahead and do my top 10 favorite Jeff Goldblum movies because he's been in the entertainment business for like decades and decades. I mean, he's been in so many fan favorite films. I mean, Goldblum's just the man. Not only as a great actor, but I also heard that he's like a great person as well. I mean, I never met the guy obviously, but I wouldn't mind meeting him one of these days. But anyway, with that being said, here's my 10 favorite Jeff Goldblum movies. Alright. Coming in at number 10, it is the Wes Anderson directed film, The Grand Budapest Hotel. Now, Goldblum didn't really have that big a role. He only had like a very small role. Like in it, he portrays an attorney representing the estate of the character played by Taylor Swift, whose death sets up like the scheming and maneuvering that like goes on in the film and all. And Grand, Grand Budapest Hotel is really great. I mean, great performances. Like you had Ray Fiennes was great in this. You had Ed Norton, the aforementioned Tilda Swinton. Bill Murray was in this. Like the list goes on and on. It's a really tremendous cast with like I said, great performances. It scored loads of Oscar nominations, like Best Picture, costume design, and loads of others. I mean, it's a really great film. I mean, and Wes Anderson and Jeff Goldblum have worked together a couple times before, but Grand Budapest is really good. If you guys never really seen the Grand Budapest Hotel by now, give it a go. I mean, it's a whole film that mainly takes place in a hotel. So there's that. But anyway, all right. Speaking of Wes Anderson, coming in at number 9, it is The Life Aquatic with Steve Zissou. Now, this film boasts a great cast, including Bill Murray, Kate Blanchett, Angelica Houston, Jeff Goldblum, Owen Wilson, and you got Bill Murray as this oddball oceanographer named Steve Zissou, who has pretty much a personal vendetta against the jaguar shark who ended up eating his partner, and so Goblin pretty much plays Alistair Hennessy, who's pretty much like this business guy who Zushu ends up stealing a tracking equipment from, like to go on his mission to take down this the shark. I mean, Goldblum didn't really Goldblum didn't really have that big of a presence, but he was great in this, and like his on-screen interaction with Bill Murray was great. I mean, Bill Murray and Jeff Goldblum, what more can you ask for there? It's another great Wes Anderson movie that Goldblum ended up starring in. Part of the movie ended up taking place like in a submarine. It's very like most Anderson movies. It's quirky, but it's really good. If you guys never seen the Life Aquatic with Steve Zissou by now, give it a go. It's another Goldblum movie worth checking out. All right. Now, coming in at number 8 is another film where he doesn't really have that big of a presence in, and that is Thor Ragnarok. I mean, here you got Goldblum, who plays the role of Sakar, who's like one of the elders of the universe, and he's mainly in the Coliseum where Thor and Hulk are squaring off against. And Thor Ragnarok is really fun. And Goldblum, like I'm hoping in Thor Love and Thunder, if Goldblum ends up appearing in that, I'm hoping he has a bigger presence. I mean, he only had a very small role in this, and he also partially, I believe I'm trying to remember if he appeared in something else before this. I'm trying to remember if he appeared in Guardians of the Galaxy shit, but anyway, yeah, Thor Ragnarok. The movie alone is great. Chris Hemsworth. Movie is probably one of the most different out of the Thor franchise, and it's probably my favorite out of the Thor films. To be honest, like the first two Thor movies were great, but yeah, I probably prefer Thor Ragnarok over the other two Thor movies because it's really funny. It's more has a lot of heart more than you expect. Yeah, Thor Ragnarok was great, and Goldblum's character in this was such a scene stealer. Alright. Coming in at number 7, it is The Big Chill. Now, it's a really interesting classic, directed by Empire Strikes Back writer Lawrence Kasdan. Uh, it stars Gobo, who portrays Michael, who's just a journalist for People magazine, and one of the five boomers that all reunite for their friends commit after their friend ended up committing suicide. And Goldblum, bro, isn't really front and center like his like most of his other characters. But like that's something about Goldblum. Like even when he's not front and center, he'll somehow find a way to steal his scene, to steal any scenes he's in. And Goldblum, either he's I thought Goldblum stole lots of scenes in The Big Chill, and I mean he also boosts like the movie also boosts a great cast that included Tom Berenger, you had Glenn Close, William Hurt. But Goldblum, I thought he was probably my favorite part of the whole movie. And yeah, Big Chill is terrific. If you guys never got a chance to check out The Big Chill by now, give it a go. It's a 1980s dysfunctional classic. I mean, it's of course about friendship and all that, and it has like very hard, really classic film. All right, coming in at number six, it's another film where Goldblum doesn't have that big of a presence, and that is Igby Goes Down. Now, this film stars Kieran Culkin as a Igby Skulcum, who's just a rebellious and sarcastic teen who is like at war of the stifling world of old money privileges he was born with. And so you got Bill Pullman, who of course Jeff Goldblum and Pullman have worked together before, who plays Culkin's father here, while Sue Sarandon plays plays the mother here. And Gobo pretty much like plays one of the many relatives of Igby, who of course causes the young college student to be depressed. And it has a bit of like a Catch of the Rye feel to it. And Goldblum and Kogan, like their chemistry here, really is great to watch. I mean, Kieran, like it was really Kieran's breakthrough performance. Like he's done stuff before that, but it was really Igby that really like broke him out into film star. But yeah, Goldblum, I thought he was really great in Igby Goes Down. And like I said, him and Bill Pullman have done another movie together. I'm gonna talk about later on, but anyway. Alright, coming in at number 5, it is Evasion of the Body Snatcher. It is written by D. Richards, directed by Philip Kaufman, starring people like Don Sullivan, Brooke Adams, Leonard Nimoy. I mean, is the story of pods from outer space invading Earth by duplicating Earth's citizen, and here you got Donna Sullivan, who plays like who pretty much plays the officer who's trying to discover what's going on and all. And you had got Goldblum, who plays his best friend here, and I guess you say his partner as well. And yeah, Goldblum and Sullivan, those two really play off each other well. This is a really great sci-fi horror film. It's a body horror film, and Jeff Goldblum's no stranger for body horror films. And yeah, Invasion of the Body Snatcher is actually a remake of a 1956 film, and it's actually like one of the rare remakes that's actually better than the original. I mean, yeah, it's mainly replacing people from outer space. So it has some really intense moments in this movie too. So yeah, it's a classic sci-fi film right there. All right, coming in at number 4. Speaking of Bill Pullman, number 4 goes to Independence Day. I mean, come on. Like most people probably add Independence Day a little higher, really. And I'm getting a little bit of talk about Independence Day a lot this week. Like, I just did my top 5 favorite Roland Emmerich movies, and Independence Day was in that list. So I'm talking a little bit a lot about Independence Day recent. But anyway, and actually I just saw Independence Day just a few moments ago. But anyway, Goldblum, I mean, he of course is like the sidekick role, and he plays the part of David Levison, who's a MIT educated technological expert and brains behind the mission to protect the world from alien invasion. And you also I mean, it's directed by Roland Emmerich. You got Will Smith in this, Bill Pullman in one of the most iconic on-screen speeches of all time. You also had Vincent Fox, Judd Hirsch. I mean, what a great cast in this. And it's a it's an iconic sci-fi film. Goldblum stole loads of scenes. Sadly, he also ended up appearing in the sequel, which, oh god, the sequel is horrible. But the first Independence Day is terrific, and yeah, especially with Goldblum in that. I mean, he really was such a scene stealer. All right. Coming in at number 3, it is The Fly. Now, most people probably add The Fly as maybe their number 1 favorite, or maybe 2. But to be honest, I quite like my top 2 slightly more than The Fly, to be honest with you. And like Evasion of the Body Snatchers, The Fly is also a remake. And also like Evasion of the Body Snatchers, it is also it's also like a body horror film. And I mean, this movie is, come on, it's pretty gory, graphic. Come on, Goblin becomes a guy who ends up getting turned into a human fly. And this is it's a really terrifying horror body evasion horror film, and it's part sci-fi, it's part horror, and not to mention that Gina Davis was in this, directed by David Cronenberg. Yeah, The Fly it's a horror sci-fi classic. Like, yeah, if you guys never really seen The Fly with Jeff Goldblum and Gina Davis in it, give it a go. I mean, it's one of the most messed up movies of the 80s. Alright. Coming in at number 2, it is Earth Girls Are Easy. Now here you got again with Gina Davis. You got Davis, who plays this Earth girl named this Valley girl named Valerie, who's also dealing like with her dick of a fiance named Ted, played by Charles Rocket. But she ends up finding a group of aliens in her pool, and they're played by Goldblum, Jim Carrey, and Damon Wayans. But so people don't know that they're aliens and all. She decides to take them to her friend's like beauty salon and cut the hair the hair off and stuff like that, and they become like actual humans. And so Gina Davis's Valerie character is of course trying to get them back in space, but she ends up falling for Goldblum's character. And Earth Girls Are Easy is awesome. I mean, it's a really great sci-fi comedy. It has music in it. Goldblum, I mean, he was on Blue Fur in this. Come on, who doesn't like Jeff Goldblum in Blue Fur? Yeah, I mean, it's directed by Julian Temple, who did a great job at directing. I mean, Earth Girls Are Easy is awesome, and it's pretty cool seeing like a very young Jim Carrey and Damon Wayans both in this. But yeah, that being said, Earth Girls Are Easy is such an awesome film. If for some reason you've never seen Earth Girls Are Easy by now, do yourself a favor. It's probably one of the most underrated movies of the 80s, but it's really good. And cautious, you'll probably have that song, I'm a Blonde, Yeah, Yeah, song stuck in your head if you watch this, so there's a little caution for you there. Alright, my number 1 favorite Jeff Goldblum movie of all time. What is better than his role in Independence Day, Earth Girls Are Easy, The Fly? Obviously, this is the movie that really made like lots of people love this guy, and that is Jurassic Park. Now, obviously, Jeff Goldblum has been in the entertainment business since the 70s and 80s and all, but it was really Jurassic Park that really put him on the map for most people. Playing Ian Malcolm, I mean, who's of course the terrorist Ian Malcolm, who ends up being brought to the island by investor by its founder John Hammond, played by Richard Attenborough. Not to mention you had Sam Neill as Dr. Alan Grant. You had Laura Dern in this. Jurassic Park is one of the best sci-fi movies of the 1990s. It's loads of fun, great action. Jeff Goldblum as Ian Malcolm is such a scene stealer. Like, of course, the most iconic scene is when he's laying on when he's like laying shirtless and stuff like that. That's probably an iconic scene. And of course, when the iconic scene of when he tells Laura Dern's character to drive. That's pretty iconic. Yeah, lots of iconic moments with the Ian Malcolm character. And it's not to mention Jurassic Park is directed by the great Spielberg. Some of the best visual effects I've ever seen in a movie history. They make these dinosaurs look so realistic. And now Goldblum, of course, reprised his role as Ian Malcolm once again for a Lost World in Jurassic Park, which I believe is probably the weakest out of the Jurassic Park franchise. I didn't hate it or anything, but it's still slightly the weakest out of the franchise. But then he ended up reprising his role for like a very for a very brief second in Fallen Kingdom. But coming in 2 more years, we got Jurassic World 3, which will be returning the original trio, which hey, it's always given. So yeah, I simply cannot wait for Jurassic World 3, especially with that alone. But yeah, Jurassic Park is hands down his best work he's ever done. Alright. That's pretty much it. Let me do the quick rundown. 10, The Grand Budapest Hotel. 9, The Life Aquatic with Steve Zissou. 8, Thor Ragnarok. 7, The Big Chill. 6, Igby Goes Down. 5, Evasion of the Body Snatchers. 4, Independence Day. 3, The Fly. 2, Earth Girls Are Easy. And 1, Jurassic Park. Now, obviously, he's been in loads of other stuff over the years. Let me pull up his credit list. He had a very small role in Annie Hall, directed by Woody Allen. He was in the original Death Wish. Forgot about that. He was in Isles of Dogs, also directed by Wes Anderson. He was in the Kevin Costner film Silverado, Into the Night with Michelle Pfeiffer. The Adventures of Buckaroo, who remembers that one? He was great in that Hotel Artemis movie of last year. He was also in that. For some reason, they talked him into being in Mordecai, which was horrible. Let's see, Deep Cover, Cats and Dogs, The Right Stuff, Adam Resurrected, Nashville. Not to be confused with the TV show, but there was a film of Nashville. Lee Weekend with Alfred Molina is a good one. He was in that Eddie Murphy horrible film Holy Man. He was in The Switch with Jennifer Aniston and Jason Bateman. He's been in some really intriguing and interesting stuff over the years. Speaking of David Wayans, he was also in that movie The Great White Height with Sam Jackson, who was also in Jurassic Park. Minis vs. Time. He's been in some interesting, some really cool stuff. But let me leave to you guys. What are some of your favorite Jeff Goldblum movies? Drop a comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell for more notifications. This here is Team Movie signing off.